Today we'll update you on some upcoming dress-up days, our Veterans Day Assembly, and the Class Captains program. But that's not all. Stick around. This episode of Saber News begins right now.
Hello Sabers, I'm Libby Yee.
And I'm Journey Freer. Welcome to this week's episode of Surprise Lake Saber News. We hope you are ready for another great week at SLMS.
We hope you had a fantastic time showing your school spirit last week through our dress-up days, morning games, and of course our spirit assembly on Friday.
Hopefully you've been watching the Saber Pride Cup points total tick up over the last week and you know where your grade stands in this year-long competition. The grade who is ahead at the end of the first quarter, November 6th, will receive a special reward celebration. So keep participating on the next few Saber Spirit Friday celebrations to earn your grade more points.
Spirit Week may be over, but we still have 2 more Spirit Days coming up right away on this week and one next. Here's field reporter Peyton Hawley with the information. Peyton?
In case you missed the announcements last week, make sure you remember that this Wednesday is our annual Make Believe Spirit Day. We encourage everyone to dress up in a costume of something you are not. Next week on Friday, our normal Saber Spirit Friday will be replaced by another Spirit Day, Red, White, and Blue Day, in honor of our Veterans Day Assembly and holiday. Remember, though Spirit Days allow you to wear things you wouldn't typically wear, there are a few things that you cannot do. We do not allow mask or face paint that will cover the majority of the face or any accessories that might possibly be a weapon. We're looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
Thanks, Peyton. Speaking of the Veterans Day holiday, we will have no school on Monday, November 12th, in celebration of Veterans Day on Sunday, November 11th. Our observance of Veterans Day here at SLMS on Friday, November 9th, as we host our first in a while Veterans Day Assembly. Please come prepared to be a respectful and thoughtful audience as we celebrate those who have served our country. We'd like to extend a special thanks to our very own Mrs. Sandlin, custodian Mr. Harris, and nurse Mrs. Hale for their service.
Practices for our winter sports team, wrestling, boys soccer, and girls basketball begins after school on Thursday. If you're interested in playing, make sure you have your sports packet turned in and completed ASAP. Talk to our athletic director, Mr. Darneal, with any questions.
It's time now for another Saber Showdown. The 6th graders have shown serious dominance in these contests this year, with the 6th graders again taking the dub last week in the tissue pulling challenge. This week is going to require some teamwork. Contestants, come on out.
In this game, contestants will have to build a stack of pop cans using their teeth as cranes. Confused yet? You'll see in a minute. Let's get this thing started. On your mark, get set, go! Excellent job. We'll be around soon to update the Saber Pride Cup score in your Connections classes. Your class captains have attended 2 sessions of Listening with Libby so far this year. So, what have they been up to? And what does it mean for you? Here's field reporter Allison Moore.
Earlier this year, your Connections classes elected or appointed 2 students as class captains. Each Connections teacher is using those captains differently, but they all have a few things in common. Your class captains attend meetings with our ASB president, Libby Yee, and have a chance to express concerns about things they'd like to see addressed around campus. So if you have any large-scale concerns, you should be talking to your class captains about them so you can pass on the message to ASB. Your class captains are also given the opportunity to help decide themes for Spirit Weeks and dances. So if you have any ideas of what we should do for a dress-up day or a dance theme, let them know. We hope this new class captains program gives you more of a voice here at SLMS.
Thanks, Allison. One quick reminder that the month of October ends this Wednesday. That means we'll be announcing the winners of the 20 points for academics and 20 points for attendance for the month. Make sure you're doing your part to help your grade win those points.
We've now had 3 focus weeks for Pride cards, with last week focusing on being inclusive in the classroom. This week, teachers are focusing on determined to earn a card. What does it look like for a student to be determined? Here's some leadership students with a skit of the behavior that you should be showing.
We hope to see many of you receive Pride cards for Determined this week. Keep listening to the announcements for the daily drawing winners.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of a new season of Saber News.
On behalf of Libby, Allison, and Peyton, I'm Journey Freer. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.